All right, guys, February 2nd, 7:30 a.m. I will be in Florida. I fly in on Wednesday night. We're going to get settled. Charlie Mueller, one of the guys that hits with us, is going to be with me. Tammy Turner, my wife, will be there too. I got a tournament there. On Friday morning, we start our pool play. Saturday, we start bracket play. It's that big tournament in Tampa. But the second, Thursday morning, a.m., I will be at the Woodlawn Hitting Club. David North invited me up there a while back, and I've been wanting to go every year. I keep telling him, I'm going to be there, and then something comes up where it doesn't schedule. But this just so happened I got a tournament there, so I was going to go up there early and hit with those guys. Me and Charlie. I don't know if the wife's going to show up out there. It's early for her. And me and Charlie are going to maybe take some bats up there. Maybe. Not at that many because I got a lot coming in this week. So take a few bats up there. Have you guys swing them that are there that afternoon. I think we're going to hit 7:30 in the morning with those guys. We basically do the same thing here. San Antonio has a group of seniors that hit on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, weather permitting. And they usually have a group of 20 guys that come out. So this ought to be pretty neat, something I'm used to anyway from here in San Antonio. And those guys do the same thing we do, in which, we go to eat afterwards. Those guys do the same thing, but I can't wait to hang out with a lot of those guys. They can pick my brain, whatever, talk to me about different things, or maybe I can learn something. That's why I wanted to do this. And I talked to you guys about doing this last year. I want to get out and do more, not just stay with the same old that we're doing here. Got a few guys coming back this year with me. I got some guys that aren't going to come back with me this year, but I want to get out. And Charlie actually brought this up to me, and it just so happened, about getting out and starting to hit a lot more with other people, taking our bats to them and letting them get experience, or maybe picking our brain on how we can come up with the conclusion of what is the top 10 bat out there and what goes into it. I had a guy tell me the other day where, hey, what else can they do, to these bats, because they keep on doing all, there's so much. I told the guy too, whenever he messaged me, there is so much that can be done with that number one bat. There's, I have 3 different things that I could think of, there's so much can be done on number 2 bats, that there's this little tweaking that can make it a little bit better, fine tune it maybe, instead of just throwing it out there. Maybe you get that bat and you got to, like I was talking to Carlos Vega the other day, and, he hit the nail right on the head when he says every year, and this is one thing I love about my job, because it doesn't just hit its peak and then that's it. Everybody's trying to develop new product. Everybody wants to be that number one guy. And Carlos is saying every year that he gets back into his, this time of year, he starts thinking about different ways to make his product better. And everybody else, California Bat Company, you've got Short Porch out there too. You got Carlos, the new guys, Carlos Vega with Onyx Sports. You got those 3 sets of new guys where, 5 years ago really wasn't anything, 4 years ago, and even this last year on, 2 years ago, Short Porch, and then the California Bat Company this year that nobody ever knew about. And then all of a sudden they're making this big impact. And I think that's better for the other manufacturers, so they can get off their ass and just not putting the same painted over shit out there. And they can start bettering their product, instead of just jacking up their prices. Oh shit, now we got to do something because we're no longer that guy anymore. What I wanted to do, and Charlie actually threw this at me, and I was hit with Mark Reeves the other day, and he was talking to me about different things that we can do to better, because just like the bat manufacturers, we have to change what we do up, because it's going to be boring. So everybody, we talked about this, got a group of guys that talked about this, and we're going to start doing different things this year. I'm going to take some bats up there with me. We're going to hit a Woodlawn Hitting Club that morning, on Thursday morning, when they usually hit Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hit with those group of guys. I've been in contact with David North, and telling them, hey, I want to come down there. And last year I was going to try to make it, and then something came up And then this year, finally, I have a team now. So we are playing on Friday morning. And I got in contact with a few guys down there that I wanted to hit with. And I think after we hit at the Woodlawn Hitting Club, we're going to go, me and Charlie are going to travel a little bit and go somewhere else to hit with a group of guys, do a bunch of videotaping. I will be doing Facebook Live at the Woodlawn Hitting Club that morning. And then Charlie Mueller got into the home run hitting contest. He's 62, 61. And he'll be getting in a home run hitting contest on Friday night. And I'll be doing Facebook. I talked to Mike Masinko because he's the one who's putting that out. I talked to him, and I'm going to videotape. I'm going to Facebook Live that too on Friday night. That way a lot of you guys out there, I'm going to try to do YouTube Live too. I'm going to do 2 different cameras. The one you see right now is a new one. It's an iPhone, but it's the better one, the one with a great camera on it. It's the newest one. I just so happened to come across one. And then this one's mine. This is the newest one too. And this is usually what we do all of our videos with, guys. You've got to have great cameras to pick up that ball where it lands. And this is mine. It's the Plus. It's the big one. And I do some Facebook Live with this too. And it brings the quality is just awesome. Almost like a 3D. And we're going to start. So I'm changing all my cameras up this year. Better quality of cameras. Pick up different angles on a lot of things to better everything that we've been doing. Charlie's going to get in that home run hitting contest. I'm going to Facebook Live it. Mike Masinko has a lot of good hitters that got into that. Basically, I'm going down there to play ball. It's my first tournament in probably 8 months, because the team that I was on last year kind of folded halfway through the year. So it's going to be nervous, exciting to get back into it. I've been training. That's another thing too. I've been training for the last 6 months. That's, you guys, are talking about my power came back. My power has came back. That's mainly the reason why. My last workout day today is Wednesday, the 25th. And today is my last day to work out before the tournament. Now what I'm going to do is a lot of hitting before I actually go, because I'm going to hit with those guys. I want to be ready to hit with the Woodlawn Hitting. I'm laughing because I don't want to go up there and embarrass myself. So I'm actually trained to go up there and hit with the Woodlawn Hitting Club. So I'm not as tight, because this time of year, beginning of year, I'm really tight because I'm working a lot to get strength. And I'll talk to you guys about that later in a workout video, because you can't work out for strength and then go right into hitting. You've got to actually transition into that. And it takes about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to actually transition to that, because my whole workout routine changes from here on out, all the way through the end of the year. We got our schedule, guys. What I like about the team I'm going to play on this year is we got our schedule, and they're doing some traveling. So we'll be traveling from a lot of places. I'm actually going to post my schedule on where we're going to be at, do a lot of traveling to the East Coast. That's what I like. Northeast, a little bit of, I think Reno might be in, a little bit of traveling around, a lot more than I did for the last 2 years, as a matter of fact. So Woodlawn Hitting Club, February 2nd, 7:30 in the morning. Me and Charlie will be there. The wife is going. She might show up. I don't know. She might be shopping around that time too, waiting for places to open up. And I'll be doing Facebook Live out there, meet a few of you guys, and pick my brain. I'll pick your brain. Always willing to learn things. That's the thing too. That's why Charlie was talking about, getting out and doing this stuff. And I wanted to do this because we can't stay stagnant on what I've been putting out. I need to change things up. It's always been entertaining, but I want to start, spreading the word on how we come to our conclusions, on how we, think our top 10 is better than, or our bat reviews are better than anybody else's. And, you guys want to come up and talk to me, that's fine. Charlie will be there. Charlie knows a lot about the stuff too. He's been hitting with us for a few years. He comes down and hits with us out of Dallas. It's a 3.5 hour drive. And then a home run hitting contest, I will be there too, doing Facebook Live and YouTube on that too. So hopefully I can meet you guys there. And then the tournament, there's a group of guys I'm gonna hit with on Thursday afternoon. And I'll be putting those videos out and videotaping our games too. So I'll be putting basically the same thing I did 2 years ago when I was traveling with Crush and, it's going dark on me, and talk to a few guys and getting back into it. And I'll see you guys there. Thanks.